Hi, what's up? Good morning. My name is Jacqueline. I'm a servant of God, and today I'm going to share about a dream that I just had last night / this morning, and pretty much exposing more about Black Hebrew Israelite, anti-Jewish, all that whole agenda that's been going out, and how serious it could be on a person's soul if they don't watch themselves and guard against getting swept away into that. First of all, before I keep going, definitely be sure you subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't done so yet. And you can also join our mailing list at jacquelineservanttestministry.com. Okay, so there was kind of maybe three main parts about the dream. It was a short dream, but there is, I believe, a message that we can all get out of it. First, I was just talking about my history as a Jewish person, that my family had to leave Europe because of the Holocaust, and thankfully, actually, my family saw the way things were going with the persecution and the Jew hatred in Europe at that time, not that long ago, just a few generations ago. And so they left. It was like around my great-grandparents' generation. They left and went to America and Canada, and that's how I ended up being raised in the West. And so that's the first thing, just to understand a bit more, maybe if it's helpful, about Jewish history. We haven't had it easy, and it wasn't that long ago that there was all Jew hatred going on, just kind of like what's happening today. And today, I think the dream also was kind of talking about, and now it's kind of like concerning, like what's happening. It's kind of reminiscent of things that were happening not that long ago. So that was the first kind of message from it. And the second part was kind of just talking about how all these people that have been influenced by the Kanye Wests, the Kyrie Irvings, all these different things or whatever, so to speak, that it's like a lot of these people are like hellbent on, and use the word hellbent on, holding to these lies, or holding to these, lies that come from this, cult that try to say, try to deny Jews are Jews and all this type of stuff. Sort of thing is what I grasped from the dream. So I specifically know that we used the word hellbent in the dream, and then I commented about that in the dream, and I was like, yeah, and ironically, that is like the direction people are potentially going if they don't get it together, and the fact is that there's many people who have gone to eternal hell and are in eternal hell right now with no hope for escape, who went there because they were racist against African Americans, because they were racist against the Jewish people, and so that can be a very, very dangerous philosophy to embrace. And so I'm here to actually try to help people, keep them from doing so for the sake of their own souls, if for nothing else. And so that was pretty much the third part of the dream that I was talking about, how I was just kind of trying to reason with people, which you can see from my past videos. I have a lot of videos addressing this even before it became a thing, because I saw the way things were going. I saw some of the undercurrents that were happening as someone who's involved in the faith communities, as a Jew who believes in Jesus, who is born again, and who believes in obedience to his laws. So I just talked about how I was here to try to reason with people, sort of thing, to see if there's at least some people that I could help keep them on the right track, or influence them to come back and get off of that wrong track if that's where they found themselves. So that's pretty much the dream. I hope this message has been of service to you. And if you haven't checked out my other videos on this topic, I have a playlist about how Israel is the world's scapegoat that I have already created a few years ago, but I've continued to update it with my newest videos and addressing recent events. And so I'm going to link it below, and definitely check it out. I go through different scriptures that help to prove Jews are Jews. I share at least one prophetic dream I believe I've had on the topic. And so this should really help people to combat against and protect themselves against all the lies and deceptions that have been going out. Even in my most recent video, I talk about one of the reasons that possibly Kanye West has gone out of his way seemingly to do all of this, and how it was actually possibly really just 100% for himself, to try to save himself from the backlash that he was getting for those White Lives Matters t-shirts. The fact is that the media is known to be anti-Jewish, anti-Israel. They continually question Israel's right to their own land, question what they're doing, try to, accuse them or imply that they're doing things wrong, and trying to defend themselves against the enemies that they're feeling forced to allow to live there, and the Jewish people are feeling forced to allow to live there on their simply tiny sliver of land, one of the smallest countries in the world, possibly, definitely smaller than places like America, Canada, and even many of the European countries. And that is another topic that I was actually shown about, and you should be able to find in one of my videos. And I'll specifically actually try to find that and link that specifically below if you'd like as well. Okay, thanks again. Yahweh bless you according to his will, and Yehoshua Messiah's name by his blood. Amen. And remember, if you haven't subscribed yet and turned on notifications, you can do so here and join our mailing list at JacquelineServantHestMinistry.com to stay up to date on the many things that we're doing. Thank you. Peace.